So the Seiko Flighty. So I'm going to cover the Seiko Flighties, which have been nicknamed by watch enthusiasts. The first time I heard it, it was listening to Tristano Urban Gentry years ago, super long time ago, that I was aware of this watch, and many of you were as well. So this is nothing new, but more importantly, as I cover these two watches, I also want to cover the fact that now, more than ever, is probably the best time to look back in the archives with most brands. It doesn't have to be Seiko. It could be Citizen. Heck, it could be Fortis. I've looked at some older Fortis, even Chase Durr. Like, there's so many brands out there that maybe don't even exist or still do exist, and you can still find older watches for a very reasonable price that are in great condition, super cool looking. Maybe some new old stock if you're quick enough and you can find, or not quick enough, sometimes just willing to spend enough, you can lock down some really cool watches from the archives. I still do it. I picked up this Seiko Alpinist. Yeah, this is an Alpinist. It's a SARB 059er. I'm thinking that's what it is. It looks like an SKX, but it's actually a Seiko Alpinist. So you just got to dig. You got to spend the time. Go down that rabbit hole. Discover new old watches. Does that make sense? I don't know. Doesn't matter. We don't have to make sense. We're watch enthusiasts. We're obviously crazy. So these Flighties, otherwise known as the SNA411, and this guy is the SNA413, and there are a couple other models as far as I can tell. I think there are a couple more. They are 42 millimeter wide case. The lug to lug is a 44.34, super short. So if you want to put it on a strap or something, you're going to be able to get that shorter lug feel. However, on the factory bracelet, it is kind of extended out to about 49.5 millimeter with that end link. Now the thickness is only 12.9 millimeter. You can see you have a single domed Hardlex crystal. Not much AR or no AR. You can see weird reflections. You have a 21 millimeter lug opening. Back in the day, that used to frustrate people. Today, you can just go over to straphabit.com, the official strap of the Random Rob YouTube channel, and he has a ton of 21 millimeter options. So it's not a big deal anymore. Just go over there, pick out a couple straps, put them on your Flighty. No big deal at all. You have a 6 millimeter screw down crown. That's what was kind of like unique and special about this watch. One of the many things that I think people gravitated towards. They were kind of robust. They had 200 meter water resist, as long as you keep the crown screwed down. So even operating the chronograph, you have to unscrew these so you have the ability, because all it really does is it stops the pusher from going down. So you can do that and you can get that started. It has a tachymeter rotating bezel. This one's hasn't been turned in a little bit. So unidirectional, nice and stiff. But you can see you have alarm functions on this as well. And then you have your running seconds. I just did a video not that long ago, super short one, of how to change the battery, because it is a screw-in case back. So you will have to change the battery once in a while. Not a big deal. And it sweeps back nice and smooth. So we'll do a wrist shot here in a moment. Let's do a little bit closer look at this guy here. This is the SNA413, the white and blue Panda colorway. I know these are a little more rare, but both of them fetch roughly the $400 price point if they're in good condition. These are both in very good condition. I'm pretty sure the 411 has not been worn. This one here, I know the owner that has sent this in, I think he picked it up secondhand already. So this one has been worn. I think this is a better looking one, personally. I just like the Panda look to it. But there's really no wrong. See, when these things, they'll stick. And I'm not sure how to, that one will move, but this one, man, it's really in there. Oh, there we go. It's all the way out. It's all the way out. Sometimes these screw down, I don't so much find it with the crown. I have seen it with the crown, but sometimes if you don't use them once in a while, you almost have to like sit it out in the sun, let it get a little warm or something. I've had that happen with a few watches. And you gotta, it's so hard to get traction on that, some leverage, you know what I mean? And you don't want to use pliers or anything, you're gonna screw it all up. This bezel is a lot looser than the black one, so maybe a gasket at some point would be necessary, but they're both using the quartz 7T62 movement, and there's ways to adjust it and everything like that, but they're good watches, they're good movements. So here is the 413 on my 7¼ inch wrist. You can tell this one's used. It's already sized for basically my wrist size. Just a good universal watch. On bracelet, it works for me because it kind of extends the lug to lug. But if you have a smaller wrist, take off the bracelet, put a strap on that shorter 44 millimeter lug, and you are in business. This watch will be perfect for you. Of course, we'll do a lume shot at the end as well. And I'll show you all three of these watches. The black one, probably more timeless. I just like the look of the Panda. And then there's like a gold tone colorway. I think it's a 414 is the part number. Let's give these a blast with the UV light. It takes a long time for Seiko lume to reduce itself. I've seen some older Seikos, and then they I'm talking older, I'm talking like 30 years old or more, and then they finally start to reduce in their lume. So, but there's the lume on these things. So, and these are older models. And I know for a fact this SARB 059 has been worn a ton. There's some worn out pieces on it that I need to replace. I bought the replacement parts thinking ahead, knowing that they're going to be more difficult to get if I don't purchase them now. So thanks for watching, guys. If there is an older watch that you are scoping out and you want to see, be careful who you tell, because they might snipe it from you, but you can, hit me up and let me take a look at it. I won't tell anybody. I'll see you guys in the next vid.